Now, over the past couple of days, if you guys remember, we've been covering unusual flows on Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, and a couple of others. So just to go off of those, Meta is now up 7% since this unusual flow hit just last week. What made this flow unusual was the expirations of 11/17, so all the same exact strike with the same exact date, all of them coming in above the ask or at the ask, which is what this A stands for. All of these were sweeps. And with Meta being up over 7%, that whale has made a ton of money. Same thing with the Nvidia flow that came through. This was even crazier. This was 11.58 million for a 6/20/2025 leap call. This person is definitely up massive as Nvidia is up over 6.5%. But some of you might be saying, well, that's nice, but what are we going to be trading right now? Because you're showing me all of these unusual flows and all of these great setups, and you're saying that Tesla at this point is not something that you would really be trading. Well, what is? Well, let's go over that right now. Boeing. Now, from a fundamental reason, unfortunately, everything that is happening in the world right now, for defense contracts and defense companies, war is very, very good for them. That's why we can see, unfortunately, this descending wedge here on Lockheed Martin, which we're going to explain how this correlates with Boeing. But Lockheed Martin, which is specifically a defense company, and you can see that this thing was sitting down here squeezing, big order flow came through, big push off of this level, and then obviously with everything that has been happening over the weekend, we saw this massive gap up. Now, I was very surprised, honestly, when I didn't see this actual gap up happen for Boeing. Boeing works specifically, and I think majority, it's like 65-70%, is commercial airliners. But there is a decent amount of the company that actually works with defense and has defense contracts. When war is rampant and high, defense companies, like we said before, tend to do very well. And also, as we say, big money never sleeps. Big money is out there looking to rotate their capital into things that are very undervalued right now, which tech is a bit overvalued, but things like Boeing, things like Caterpillar, Amgen, anything in the Dow right now, most companies, travel, which we can talk about as well, all of these companies are very, very underpriced in the short term right now, and we're starting to see a bottom. Boeing here, I entered this morning. You can see that this was the trade at 7:55 a.m. I alerted people in the Discord community that I was going to be taking a trade. The ticker was Boeing. The strategy was a falling wedge. The sentiment is bullish. I said my reasoning behind the trade is that Boeing has been beaten up for the past 6 months. We are finally looking oversold enough, and we should see a quick snap back to $210. The RSI is showing a strong bullish divergence, which if you guys don't know what that is, all of you will learn all of that in the technical analysis course below. I said the OBV, which is the on-balance volume as well, that is showing strong bullish divergence. And we're also seeing a bullish order block that came in, which are very good. So my potential entry was 188.53. My plan to stop out was 182. And my potential target was 205. And if we go back and actually look at the chart for Boeing, you are going to see a textbook setup. We have this descending wedge, which is moving its way down here into the support level of 185. We have a bullish divergence, which occurs when the stock is making lower lows, but the RSI is actually making a higher low. And even better, we have an on-balance volume divergence, which once again occurs when the stock is making a lower low, but the on-balance volume is actually making a higher low. On top of that, we saw this huge bullish order block that came through between 185 up to 190, and then the bounce off of the 11 SMA. Now, my plan, because there's so little volume between 195 and 205, was to let my contracts run all the way up to $212, but I did sell early. The reasoning for this was, number one, my monthly contracts were up 20%, which is much more than I thought, because I didn't think that we were going to see a 3% move just today. So I closed out my position. This way I could rebalance the trade because my contracts were very far in the money, and I don't want to be trading something as Boeing moves up to 200 and 205 that's maybe 15 to 20 points out of the money. It'll have a lot of intrinsic value since my contract strike will be way lower than the actual price of the stock, but it means that I'll just inherently have lower volume. It'll be harder to get out of the position, and I won't make as much money as if I just rebalanced out the trade and went with something to tomorrow at the money, or at least closer to where we are right now. So in a best case scenario, I closed this out. I'm hoping we'll see this pull back to 190 tomorrow. And another reason too was the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour does have this sell order block that's sitting here, and it looks like we could see Boeing pull back down to about 190, 150, which is where I plan to go long once again. I hope that this video helped, guys. Check out our Discord community. The link is in the description. You guys get access to all of our resources for free. And if you do want to trade alongside of me every single day, get access to all of my trading bots, all of my trades, all of our live streams, and become part of the team. You guys can get access to all that with the second link in the description. It's $50 per month, but we give the first month away for free to, number one, prove that we're legit. And number two, if you guys are going to invest your time into us, into learning our style, into actually taking trading seriously, the very least thing that we can do is invest in you guys as well by giving you the product and all of our coaching away for free for the first month. So I hope you guys go and join. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.